Tahir seemed like he would have them rolling ladders that be on the bookshelf.
I just push yourself to the side.
If there was a way to make that work, I would have had that bitch. I promise you.
That shit looked fun, low key.
No doubt. Definitely want to work at a shoe store so you can just slide around that bitch. You need something from up there? Say less.
They're like, no, it's right here. No, I'll get it from up there.
No, you want this one from up here.
I worked at a couple shoe stores. I wish they had it. I worked at Journeys and I worked at
Keebler.
You say what?
That was a West Coast joke. I couldn't even laugh because I don't even know the damn store.
You say Keebler?
Keebler, yeah, like the Keebler
Elves. I still get the joke.
Nigga was making wood shoes.
That nigga said Keebler.
You want the oaks or you want the willows?
That nigga childish.
It was actually Aldo. We put the cookies inside the shoes.
Okay, now listen. Aldo had a run now. Aldo had a run.
Aldo was the shit at one point.
Yeah. Aldo had a nice little run for a second now.
Me and my folks just talking about old shoes. Durangos had a run too, man.
Oh, you talking about the Dodge truck Durangos?
Yeah, the shoe. No. The shoes Durangos. Y'all didn't rock the shoes Durangos?
You spell it the same way?
Yeah. That might have been just some country East Coast shit we was doing out here.
The boots?
Yeah, the boots.
The brown ones with the
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even seen these.
Yeah, we used to kill them. That's when cats used to dress up to go to the club like you was at a job interview.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, we didn't.
Sweater vest, button up underneath the sweater vest with some denim jeans and some Durangos. If you in there.
But they're not the cowboy boots, right? Because a bunch of cowboy boots come up.
No, like that was it. That was the swag. The cowboy boot swag. It was boots.
So they were cowboy boots.
Yeah, but they're not like the pointy toe ones.
No, not the pointy toe. A lot of them was more of the round toe.
Yeah. I see exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that's just some country shit y'all did over there. You wear these motherfuckers when your car regularly gets stuck in mud. That's when you wear Durangos.
You act like y'all ain't country in St. Louis out there. Y'all got damn rock roads and shit out there in St. Louis. Don't act like that now.
Yeah. But we typically go there just to drop bodies off. We don't really be hanging out there like that'd be y'all front yard, like the mud and stuff in the rain. So that's all I was saying. It was a shot, but it wasn't. It was just recognized like the difference between the South. That's all.
Okay, understood.
Which city is considered more country between the two?
Oh, Carolina, for sure.
Which? What are we saying? Because see, you're talking about a city to a state.
No, like St. Louis.
St. Louis to what city? Here in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Where you from?
I'm in Charlotte now. We city in Charlotte. I'm from Greensboro. We're a little country in Greensboro.
Charlotte is more country than St. Louis. It's not even.
Okay, I'll give you that. Y'all just got a country twang though. I'm talking about the way y'all
country twang. Yeah, y'all got more rural areas than we do in St. Louis. Like Charlotte definitely has way more rural areas than St. Louis.
Fair.
That's all.
Watching
y'all think country, y'all think we down here in overalls and riding horseback and shit. And that's not the case.
No. Not necessarily at the same time, but y'all do rock horses. So let's not act like it ain't what it is. You know? That's not it.
Like that ain't happening in the Midwest. You act like that's not happening in the Midwest?
No. I mean, it happens like in some parts of the Midwest, like Kansas City, Kansas. They definitely have that. You know, it's more of a rural city than St. Louis. There's a Kansas City, Kansas, and a Kansas City, Missouri. So you want groceries and indoor plumbing, electricity, you go to Kansas City, Missouri. If you don't care about that, like you got a surplus of candles.
That's not true either. My wife is from Kansas City, Kansas, and she grew up with electricity, grocery stores, and all that. Cut the crap.
They was running electrical.
There was not running no electricity to Missouri. There was no
from Missouri.
There's two Kansas cities, and they're nowhere near each other.
No, they're right next to each other.
They're just divided by a line.
Yeah, by the state lines.
The Midwest, they just so silly like that. It's like East St. Louis and St. Louis. It's so stupid.
Why couldn't they just make the border go around? Like they do that for everything.
They had already sold the land.
Cake been baked.
Okay, but listen, hello? Niggas forgot to measure twice and cut once.
Nelly had us thinking that St. Louis was hella country.
Yeah, he lied. I mean,
no,
in
he
comparison to like maybe like a Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a little more country twang, but Chicago got their own shit too. You know what I'm saying? They say buddy, they say stupid or get dumb, or everybody got their little twang and shit like that. But
that third and her shit, y'all's is super country though.
That is ours. We like to throw some R's with some R's, right?
The album was called Country Grammar.
That part. That part. And it was set banging. It was set claiming. He was trying to claim country and look at Tahir trying to denounce it. No, it ain't no country. Lie.
No. I just said more
country. Y'all multi-platinum.
I just said more country. I just said Charlotte is more country than St. Louis. St. Louis got some country ways to it for sure. You know what I mean? We love to fry some fish. We love to barbecue. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We love all that shit. It's just like for us, we love to do it. For y'all, it's a lifestyle. That's it. That's it. I respect the culture. I just give him credit where credit due.
I'm cool with that. We're gonna put the boots on the ground. We're gonna give you a good line dance. Believe that.
There you go.
Believe that.
Now, how many pigs would you say you have, like, in livestock in your backyard? Do you have like?
See, that's when you're gonna cut the cow. Like, it ain't no livestock out here, my boy. It's all.
That's where you gonna cut.
I stay in a beautiful. I'm talking about a beautiful area of Charlotte, South Charlotte. You understand what I'm saying? Valentine is what they call it.
I could tell by the windows that you got a new place.
This is not a new place.
all of them, but all of them come with pigsties and grazing area in the back, right? That's not
grazing area.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This property had been lived in before. You understand? Okay. Is we got a 3-bedroom here, 3 baths. Very beautiful. See, that's what you get out here. Like, that's the difference between what we do here on the East Coast and what y'all do out there in LA. See, like this is 2 tiers. Like in LA, just this room is what I would pay for rent. Month
that looks like a big ass room, though.
It is.
This is just the loft area. You did
3 bedrooms.
This is just the loft area.
Lobby. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths for $795 a month.
Absolutely,
that's crazy mortgage. That's crazy work. You're sick.
I wish. Oh my God, I wish. Meanwhile, you in a bathroom for $3K a month. It's horrible.
Yes.
It's horrible.
I got to pay rent for these shoes because I'm renting these. I'm almost done paying these shoes off. I got these shoes.
You have to put the shoes there. You don't have a closet in your crib over there.
I don't.
Y'all can't have stuff like closets.
No, not if you want to like be able to afford it on a livable wage. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not, man. Sorry, we just happen to get it here because we were a caretaker of the person that lived here and they died, so we got grandpa.
Hey, what size horseshoe are you?
You know what?
Wait, was that for me or for me, Doc? Because I feel like it was for me.
That's for you.
I figured it was.
I thought it was for me too, Tahir.
I knew Patty Ann was gonna let it go. I knew that was gonna let it go.
I kind of missed the shoe window, but still.
Right there, you got right there.
We kind of moved on.
You got in the 5th round like Dion's son.
Oh damn! That
right
was
before
crazy.
it ended. Right before it ended.
Oh shit. Well, listen, everybody. My name is Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
I'm Daht.
Another episode of Conspiracy Corner. We got a very special guest back on, man. Y'all seen him before. He's back again. The homie from Charlotte, North Carolina. Very funny, very intelligent. Been on the radio, but on all over shows. And you can also catch him on the new season of Churchy in one of the episodes. Y'all, welcome back to the show, Mr. B. Daht.
It's me. I'm here.
We're excited to have you back, man. Every time you come on, it's a good time, man. And we just jump into this first thing because it's kind of creepy, kind of freaky. And we're going to break it down. But we're going to play this quick video real quick just to kind of give you an insight and a direction on where we're headed today. Let's do it, Ippy.
Single emoji, they're secretly demonic sigils. So this whole time, us sending emojis may have been summoning demons.
What the heck?
You know King Solomon in the Bible?
Yeah.
He's the one that was able to tame every single demon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever hear about, I think it's called the Lesser Book of Solomon?
No, I haven't.
So in the book, he wrote these sigils which would control but also summon certain demons.
Oh, really?
And guess how many there were? 72 exactly. Secretly, every single emoji fam is actually a demonic sigil to summon a demon. Look at this.
Whoa.
So you see that? The X is on the eyes. Boom. Remember the smoke one? Yeah, you're telling me that's an accident? You're telling me this is an accident?
No, that one.
The crying emoji, the tears, and it makes the exact sigil? No. Stop playing. Look at this one. With the teeth?
Yo.
This shit is real. Look, with the eyes, the glasses. With the teeth. You see the two? Yo, red alert. Yeah, like, the zipper? That's wild.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, hear me out. I feel like this is one of those things where, you know, a preacher in the Bible who'll state a Bible verse, and that will be the tone of his whole sermon. Mm-hmm. I feel like this was one of those type of things. It was like, you know, you find out about the sigils, the Lesser Book of Solomon, which I had never heard of before, and also never heard of sigils. And you compare it to something like Emojis, which has a lot of them, and you could pull from a plethora of these icons to fit the narrative. But even saying that, I will say some of the shit was a little uncanny. Like the one with the tears coming down, the smoke, and the zipper on the mouth. Those, you know, we're
talking basic shapes here, though, like circles and lines. I don't think King Solomon had the lifting weight emoji in mind when he was fucking with demons. Like, I don't even use that emoji. Like, it's crazy.
I think what they're trying to say, though, is not necessarily that he had it in mind, is that this, because we're gonna get in the story too, but just to give you a little backstory, B-Dot, there are a group of people who come up with and decide which emojis are going to be used on our keyboards. When we go over that list, I'm sure it's going to surprise you, because it's surprised the fuck up out of us. But I think what they're trying to say is that these people are designing these emojis to look similar to the sigils in Solomon's Lesser Book of Solomon. So unbeknownst to us, we're using this and we're actually summoning them or giving them strength. Not necessarily that he designed these to look like the emojis, more so that they saw a connection between the sigils and the emojis to bring these evil spirits or demonic presences back.
I call cap. Yeah, I call cap. I like, what are they smoking is my thing. Like, they definitely on some good gas. Like, because I'm with Pat in the idea. Y'all just picking random circles and random triangles. Ooh, it looks like the railroad tracks. Like, I bet you if we went and look, first of all, I don't like the fact that y'all use a lot of words on this show that I have to use my chat GPT to get explanation.
We don't know these either. These are
I know the fucking sigil or surgery. What are y'all even saying? Spell it.
I never knew either.
Stop doing that to me. When I yeah, that. There's no R in that word. Y'all weren't saying I thought it was an R for sure, and definitely an E.
These are in Call of Duty.
I've never heard these either, but a sigil is a symbol created to hold intention or desire. It's used in magic or influence reality, like a coded message to the universe. Traditionally, sigils were drawn by hand using a person's written goal, simplified into an abstract symbol. Once charged, usually by emotion, repetition, or ritual, the sigil is activated. Example, a love spell might use a heart inside of a triangle. The more it's focused on emotion, the stronger it becomes in theory.
Oh, wow. So like in those satanic movies, when they draw something on the floor and then do something and it lights up, they're activating.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Strength, focusing in their emotions, focusing their thoughts and their intention on whatever they want to bring life to.
Now, you just made me think of something. When you talk about activating things with the emojis, like that could very well happen, because right now, if a woman texts y'all the eggplant emoji with the water symbol,
you activate it.
You activate it.
Immediately.
Immediately. You are activated.
Is there an eggplant sigil? Is there like a...
There's gotta be. The eggplant and the peach sigil gotta be like this. It gotta be.
So now if we do a funny video and they put crying faces underneath, are they cursing us?
Right. They're calling spirits onto our page.
How emojis became accidental sigils. Okay. Well, is it accidental or did the... Okay, well, I guess we'll get to that. So emojis are visual symbols used to convey emotion, energy, or intent, just like sigils. They're repeated constantly, shared emotionally, and used in patterns, all the ingredients of spell work. Okay. Chaos magicians noticed this and began calling emojis charged digital symbols. The more people use them, the more power they're said to hold subconsciously. Every time millions of people use fire to mean hot, success, or energy, that symbol gains momentum, emotional charge. Okay. When they said digital sigils, I was like, the original ones are too scary. We wouldn't type those ever.
Right. Correct. If I use the weightlifter, it's saying I just left the gym. Like, I'm definitely not trying to summon a demon. But when you
this would be scary if it was real.
If you talk about the repetition, though, that makes sense.
Sigils are real. This is more so about, do you think that they're connected or not? Do you think that there's a possibility these could be connected? Or do you think this is a stretch and somebody had a free afternoon and was like, you know what I'm going to do? Fuck the game up with this one. Fuck it up real quick.
It feels like those ghost shows where they hear, like, they'll play you a sound and it doesn't sound like something, but they'll have the text. You know what I mean? And then you'll think you heard what they said. They almost like tell you what your ears should be hearing.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like there's connections that don't really make sense, but they're interesting. So they're like, see, this kind of look like this. And they're kind of both similar. So you scared?
Yeah. And when we were going through this, I was like, I would want to see the sigils next to hieroglyphics, right? Because somebody could easily make a claim based on the symbols of the hieroglyphics in comparison to the sigils. Or any other primitive language that wasn't.
But then the conspiracy theorist in me would think, like, are those connected too? Were those just leading up to emojis?
Yeah.
Since the sigils was biblical, you know, maybe hieroglyphics was another version of that. This was the modern one.
I need to see graffiti. I need to see graffiti back from like when Jesus was walking around, because I know niggas wasn't just writing no scrolls. I need to see what those.
Them the hieroglyphics. Them on the pyramids. Them joints is lit.
That was, but those are different though, wasn't they?
You don't think the hieroglyphics and the graffiti is the same thing?
I don't know.
I do.
The hieroglyphics might have been like the standard way of doing things, and graffiti would be the slang. So like, you know, where you have like a sphinx or a cat, the graffiti way would be like a lion's head with like fire coming out of his mouth, and he got the fangs like this. Like that might
what
be.
What do you mean? We write and graffiti in English. We still use the letters that we need. So maybe somebody spray painted a bird and a nigga with a pot on the side of somebody's house. Like that was their language.
Like, I think the placement is what makes it the graffiti though. Like everybody was using hieroglyphics like on scrolls and stuff like that. But when you go up there and you tat up one of the pyramids on the outside part, that's graffiti.
Yeah, you also get your ass beat back in the old days. You would have did that. You
definitely lose a hand.
The pyramids and try to deface the pyramids. The niggas, oh baby, you a mummy by Monday. What are you talking about?
They weren't supposed to be there. They were like hit up hieroglyphics. They weren't officially done because it seems like it takes so long and it's so perfect that they were like supposed to do it.
On the inside, I think so.
Yeah, I think he was talking about like defacing the outside of a pyramid.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about, the graffiti.
Yeah.
Not on the inside. The inside was definitely supposed to be there because, like you said, like it's too
intricate.
Yeah, it's too intricate to maintain, like too like level for that to be like somebody came in the middle of the night and did that shit. Mm-hmm. That's insane, bro.
Ancient Egyptian.
Putting one of those joints together is insane still to this day. That's what's ridiculous.
Bro, the fact that we still finding out stuff about these pyramids and supposedly now they go down deeper than we ever thought, like it's weird as hell, bro. But these are the 72 demon sigils that are out there. And again, man, especially if you look toward, let's say the row from the bottom, the third row from the bottom, if you start going over to the right, like these look like the phoenix and the birds and the eagles, you know what I'm saying? Or the man with the eagle head. These look like them shits that were in the hieroglyphics.
And like that fourth row down, the second one over, they look like trumpets. Them look like trumpets right there in that area. And I ain't gonna.
Yep. And if you go to the second row, you go 4 over from the left, that look like an elephant goes riding a whip.
These are all emojis that are never repeated.
But that's why they're saying they're hidden in our damn phones, though, P.
Well, the crazy thing about stuff like this is there's 72, right? There might be, I'll give them like, there might be like maybe 15 that look like emojis. Are we just going to skip past all the ones that look like nothing? And they're like, no, don't worry about those. Just worry about the ones that
right. But that's why I said it's like the Bible scripture that a preacher uses to theme his whole sermon around, because it's easy to take one thing and use that interpretation to support your theory, because the whole Bible wouldn't do that. Like the whole Bible wouldn't support your like when you talk about the city of Lot, right? And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one, but the people in Lot were trying to get inside this man's house because he was housing some angels and they wanted to fuck these angels. He was like, take my daughters. Just leave the angels alone. They was like, nah, bring out that angel boy pussy. That's what we want.
So the boys?
Wait a minute. Maybe I don't know the story a lot.
Yeah, I don't at all. This is insane.
I thought you were about to talk about a woman that turned into salt or some shit like that.
Yeah, so when they were leaving, when the angels like, yo, y'all need to get out of here. And it was like, don't look back.
Yeah.
And the wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my teachings picked up there.
Yeah, so like that story could be about obedience. You know what I'm saying? If you take one of those things, you can take that one of those sentences or one of those scriptures and make the whole make the whole sermon about obedience and listening to what God told you to do and stay in the course, right? Yeah. But you can also say, you could take one of those scriptures and be like, sometimes you got to change your environment because everybody around you, these were people that was cool. Then you see they start switching up and they doing some other stuff. And you even try to reason with them. They still like, nah, fuck that. We want what we want. And you have to remove yourself from that environment and believe that God gonna try. So you could take any one of those scriptures and make it fit whatever the sermon is. However, the whole thing would not fit into your sermon. You're just kind of picking and choosing. I kind of feel like this is one of those type of connections right there.
Yeah. It seems like that's like very similar to the Medusa story. I feel like if that really happened, like if people watched a nigga turn into salt or stone or whatever, they would probably explain like how we would explain like, nigga, you would not believe what I just seen in different countries. So like they're like that story appears across time in different ways just because different niggas was telling the story.
Yeah.
If Medusa was real.
Yeah.
Because Medusa is if you looked at her face, if you made contact with one of her eyes and one of the face. Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning and you just turn over a little bit and she still faced that way and you just dag on from the side, that's the Medusa, my boy.
Bro, you pulling snakes? You pulling snakes towards you? No mirrors, just mythical smashing.
Hey, any nigga that would smash Medusa is a slut bag. You are a sick individual because not only are you risking turning to stone, but they still snakes. The snakes can be trying to snap at you, bite at you, shit. Like you ain't telling me that box is hidden like that.
That'd be
you
crazy.
Ain't telling me that.
It's a little danger involved.
You're not telling me that you ain't been through a little danger to get to the other side of the damn whippersnapper. Now, don't you act like that.
I definitely have.
You act like you ain't pulled up in some neighborhoods you wasn't supposed to be in.
I've done that too. I've done that too.
Kept your pants on and your shoes on during the act.
I didn't have a chance of getting turned to stone. The only way I could fuck Medusa is if there was a glory hole. Like she got to be a wall between us. I can't see.
Nah, because she's still looking. She'll turn your dick into salt or stone or whatever it is.
No, you got to make visual contact with the eyes. My pee hole don't count.
That's an eye.
We don't know that. You test it out for us to hear.
Nah, back shots, and it depends on what hairstyle she has. If she's
gotta have a bonnet.
If she's okay, a snake bonnet, so they're just trapped
first
in
thing
there.
In the morning. She's slapping her bonnet to the side, Pat.
But what if she's in her Nia Long phase and she got the short hair? So they're like little
baby snakes. So you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't
they garden snakes there. You just thump them. Get your little ass away from me. You thumping it while you trying to smash the whole time? That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work.
You've done crazier things while you was trying to smell all this stuff.
Hey, but look. What if a nigga hooked up with Ray Charles and he tell her that he was blind?
Oh,
she keep trying to look the nigga in the eye. He just doing this shit. He's like, come on, why is it working? He's like, nah, baby, you're gonna have to try harder than that.
What if she looked back at it? Halfway through, she looked back at it.
It's over for you.
With your pants down, frozen.
You have to
be Ray Charles to avoid that one. That's the only way you can avoid that by being Ray Charles.
But that's a horrible way to die, though. Like, because when somebody got to find your dead body, like frozen.
Back shot position.
When you tell the homies, like, Tahir got turned to cement. I know what he was doing. I know.
If it happened while I was smashing, I'm still gonna be packing that rod. So I mean, that ain't a bad statue.
It just be fully erect statue.
That boy have a tripod. That boy just.
And she's stuck there now because the grip was there. So now Medusa's stuck there for eternity. She's just trying to wiggle out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got you,
bitch. Now look at us. Now we both stuck, huh? Yeah.
And you still on hard, so it's just eternal penetration.
That's what I'm saying. I'm rocked up the whole time. You know what I mean?
Literally
my head swells up when I'm rocked up too, so she might not be able to get that thing out of it. She gonna have to wiggle jiggle.
She gonna have to look at you again to turn you back.
Like a pit bull fucking a Pomeranian just stuck in that boat.
Man, I think it was just that. I honestly think this whole emoji thing was a misunderstanding. Put the sigils back up. I feel like we forget Solomon was popping back in the day. We don't know what roster he had. Maybe his 72 demons, he was getting on the hose. You know what I mean? Those are probably phone numbers back then. Those are demon time. Demon time. We just misunderstood it through storytelling. It's 72 baddies in his phone.
Right. And these are the numbers from all over. So you got the Palisades over here. You got some of old Egypt, right? You got Rome and over there. You know what I'm saying? You got
he was traveling.
Oh, definitely travel.
This is his black book.
Solomon name rang bells. Anywhere he go, his name rang out. He merely rock on any block.
He like, I'm in Morocco. Let's activate this demon. Activate demon time.
Demon time. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let me find out King Solomon activated demon time. Listen, I'm from the Bible Belt, guys. Y'all are really damn sitting my mind on
He's the founder of
demon time. Pastor Furtick. Have you ever thought about this?
Look, B-Dot, that's another thing I was talking about earlier about how y'all win country more than us because y'all got the Bible Belt for real. Like, we can't buy no liquor on Sundays. St. Louis will go crazy, nigga. St. Louis will burn the fucking city down. They will burn that part of the belt. You know how you miss a loop on your belt? That shit will be big fucking with St. Louis, boy. You gonna take out liquor on a Sunday, boy?
Missing a loop.
You crazy?
And it's so normal to us that when we go out of town, it's like, y'all still liquor on a Sunday? Like, I'm talking about it is a party. Oh my God.
Right.
Y'all still liquor in convenience stores. Like, that joint is like unheard. What?
Man, I remember, because I didn't start traveling out of the country till I was older. So, like, all the places I've been to, like, you can drink whenever, for the most part. If the place open, they'll serve you some champagne for a mimosa or something. I was coming back from Canada and waiting to get in line, waiting for them to start boarding. Went to the supply, maybe like 7, 8 in the morning. I was like, yeah, let me just get a mimosa. I just start that. It's like, yeah, we can't serve alcohol till like 10. 10? Hey, get me out of this stupid ass country, bro. What the fuck you mean?
I've been kicked out of better countries than this.
Right. And I got mad and I had to remind myself, nigga, you're mad they won't let you drink poison at 7 in the morning?
Right. He was probably just like, sheesh.
I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
Fair. Nah, man, ain't nothing wrong with a little celebratory beverage, man. Jesus was giving them that now. You know Jesus turned that water to wine now. Little beverage is all right now. Ain't no that, or that might be the demon time too.
That's what I'm saying.
I wonder Jesus if he drank mead too, because you only hear about the wine and you don't really hear about him doing it. He just turned it into water into wine. But I wonder if he was fucking with that mead too.
He probably didn't drink it. I feel like there was probably a little splash of bouginess in Jesus, because you got to think he was popping more than Solomon. So there was probably like a little bit. He's like, I'm God's son, but like, give me some wine, you know?
Right.
I mean, chicks was washing his feet with their hair and all types of stuff. Jesus was a different breed, my boy.
Hey, low key.
Like, Jesus was a different dude. Like, Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You could take any one of those. You could take that scripture about old girl washing her hair with his feet with her hair, and you can make a claim for Jesus being a pimp.
Yeah, especially with 12 homeboys running around screaming.
Listen,
that's the only claim though.
Listen, them niggas was like, hey, that motherfucker's so cold he could walk on water and not get wet. Like, what? Like, no, seriously.
That nigga come back from the dead. He can bring you back from the dead, pimping.
Listen, bro.
Jesus was cold. Jesus was cold, man. And see, like, what I get upset about is they don't tell us about like young Jesus when he was just figuring out his superpowers.
I always thought about that.
You get what I'm saying? Because you know that Jesus there was killing people and waking them back up. Like, now try me one more time. Like, that Jesus
I just said this on Squadcast because I'm like, bro, they never talk about that. That's how you know those were his formative years. That's when he had to learn how to control his power. That's when God had come down like, hey, with great power comes great responsibility.
He's in the lab.
You gotta stop killing and bringing niggas back. All right,
you gotta chill with that.
Yeah, they pop up in heaven like, hey, what am I? Now you call them back, and they be like, wait, what was that? Where I just went to? They not supposed to know about that just yet.
He had to put in the work before he went public. He was probably training.
How many hours it takes to be a master?
That's what I'm saying. Teen Jesus would be a great series.
Yes, Teen Jesus would be a great series.
Listen, him, yo, and
yo,
it'd be heavily boycotted, but still.
With his stepdad, like
Jesus, stepdad who don't really know, just believing. Oh my God, like Joseph had to be. I want the patience of Joseph.
Oh man,
what if we found out that the Bible was a sequel?
You know Jesus was talking shit to Joseph every time, bro.
What?
He come home late. Jesus, I told you to be home right after the sun sets. Like, my dad made you, bro.
Right, you act like you my father or something.
Right, you trying to run a fade? You trying to run a fade?
Yeah. Do you need that?
Robes off, my nigga. We can get.
We can take these robes off
and get active, my nigga. What's up? What's happening?
We can take these robes off and get active. Kill Joseph and wake his ass back up. Like, all right, now try me again. God, what are you doing?
Stop that, Jesus. I told you to stop that. I'm going to tell the Father, the Spirit, and the Holy Ghost if you don't cut it out. Teen Jesus would be hella good, but everybody would protest the fuck.
It wouldn't be worth the squeeze.
They call my boy TJ for Teen Jesus. That joint be lit, dog. And that's when like you get the origin stories of his disciples or how he linked up with them. Because Judas is always on some shiesty shit, but he just damn wanted to show Judas some love, though.
Yeah, he was turning like water into Capri Sun first. Stuff that he could drink.
Jesus, what was the dude off of goddamn me, the mummy, the first mummy? Was it Remy or Rennie? The one that eventually tried to turn on the guy he was working with, the bad person?
God, I don't remember. You're doing a horrible job of first of all, but I can't even remember.
The super low movie references.
God damn it. That would have been a good thing if I could have got it out, but you're right. I did a bad job.
That was horrible. You're way better than that. I'm a fan. You're way better than that.
Man, listen, man. LeBron misses some. You know what I mean?
And if he misses more, he's going to take his ass. He's going to stay his ass home tonight.
Let me see. The Mummy.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, Mummy came out in 1999, huh? All right.
You really sticking to this mummy thing. No, we are moving on.
Thanks, hippie.
We didn't get the reference. Accept it.
Put it in post. Put it in post. Let's just do some laughs right now so you can add that in post.
I remember that.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah.
Obscure reference. Didn't slow the joke down at all. Whew.
I love this.
Hey man, I need new friends, bro. I'm just trying to sit up here and get things together for y'all. And look how y'all act. But anyway, his name was Benny.
Okay.
His name was Benny. He was like, Benny, don't close that door. Don't close that door. It was this guy right here. Man, fuck y'all.
You should have just kept the fake reaction. I don't got two in me.
Put the laughs in post. Just put the laughs in. We gave you what you needed. We gave you what you fucking needed. The
support came in after we closing. We mop it up. We had locked the doors.
Boy, that post-editing room about to be on fire.
The backup came the next day.
They'll never know with this edit. You guys are on board the whole time. Post-edit.
Ooh, I'm crying. Y'all so stupid.
All right. Okay. Why some people think it's intentional?
Oh my God, I'm crying.
All right, there's some crazy words on here. Bear with me. The Unicode.
Man, I told you I'll be talking like we on a fucking episode of damn Go Gadget.
How do you say it? Consortium?
See?
Consortium, yep.
The Unicode Consortium controls which emojis are approved. A small group of tech elites. Some believe that new emojis are introduced strategically to help how we think and feel even subconsciously. As of May 2024, there are 9 full members. Adobe, Adobe, Airbnb, Apple, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, Salesforce, and Translated. I thought Apple was the only people deciding this. And Apple and Android, I guess. Apple and Microsoft are the only ones that make sense.
Because they got Google Play and they got the phones and all the other, everything that's not Apple is ran by Google. So their operating system makes sense that they are part of it too for the emoji keyboard.
And they could be made in Adobe, but Airbnb and Netflix? Yeah. It says the UTC accepts documents from any organization or individual, whether they are members of the Unicode Consortium or not. The UTC holds its meetings behind closed doors. Among its members, the Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs of Oman. Okay, that's scary.
Yeah, because why does the Ministry of Big Dicks need to be there at all?
No.
What?
Why is there anything religious in there is crazy.
Yeah, religious and big dicks. Why would either one of them need to be there in this room for this meeting right here? Is that for the eggplant and the folded hands? Is that why they're there?
There's the full circle. That's the eggplants. All right, it's
well endowed.
This is getting scarier the more we learn about it, low key.
It's kind of weird. Like, again, coming from the Bible Belt, I'm trained to not believe any of this stuff. So I'm just here to listen.
Hey, B-Dot been rebuking us the whole time. Look,
I'm talking about holy water on you niggas.
Holy water and anointed oil at the screen the whole time.
And I just got through watching Sinner, so y'all looking more and more like vampires the longer you go this motherfucker, man. I'm telling you.
Wait, if you grew up in the church, wouldn't some of this make sense a little bit? Because if magic were a secret thing, I guess this is kind of how it would have to get.
Magic is an operative word, man. They said that the miracles that Jesus was doing was magic and witchcraft. That's why a lot of them wanted him dead. You dig what I'm saying? So like and I'm gonna have to talk to ChatGPT when I leave here, because I did not know that. Yes, I talked to ChatGPT. He's my friend. His name is Sage. But nevertheless, I did not know that Solomon summoned demons or none of that. I just knew that Solomon was the most wise king. I think he had like a whole bunch of concubines, but I didn't know he was summoning demons and all of that. Like, this is new to me.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. This, growing up in the Bible Belt or just like heavily in church, you hear a story like this, and all you want to do is rebuke it and that ain't the God I serve. That was one of my problems with the Bible. Not the fact that they weren't open-minded to other things and other possibilities and shit beings, is that they didn't even they wanted to turn their head to the information, and it's like, nope, that didn't happen. It's like, well, what if it did? And now you're missing out on how to protect yourself against it because you don't even know what this entails. The Bible is unwavering belief that this is the only way.
Yeah.
And I get that when it comes to, being a devout follower. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't plan on getting robbed in this city, but because I am going to the city, let me see where the most robberies occur so I can stay far away from that. No, and that's what I think information is. It's like, okay, cool. I don't subscribe to this, but at least let me, brush up on a little bit so I know what to avoid in conversations, what not to do going forward, what like to accidentally summon someone. Because like once you have the knowledge, then you privy to it, then you can accidentally do it. But you chose not to listen to any of it, so now you don't even know that you accidentally summoned Medusa. So I
think that's part of the trick of Christianity, though, or religion. Period. Sometimes is to trick you into not using your third eye and thinking outside of the box, but only being warped in what we're being taught here. Like growing up in the church, for real, there's certain things that you just cannot. If you have this thought, it's blasphemous, and blaspheming will send you straight to hell. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like
it's 0 to 100.
You can't even question things. You dig what I'm saying? Like so. But as I've gotten older and just do my own due diligence and like realize that even going back and not to go too crazy, but even in those enslavement periods, they just taught the parts of the body that kept the black folks submissive. You dig what I'm saying? Like follow, listen to this and da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like Tahir was just saying, not teaching the totality of the freedom of the people in Egypt and all that. No, we can't teach them that. Just teaching them stuff to keep them submissive. So like, however, the Bible is just a tool that's used to manipulate people, if we're being completely honest, dog.
It's power. It's all about control. you not being able to question anything that God does or question why the church does this, that's power and control. If you question it, the fact that that's blasphemous, power and control. They have these regulations set in place to keep people in place, not to question their devout stewardship. Not
now again, let me for some clarity. It is okay to question God and ask God certain questions because he wants you to have that conversation with him. So like, that's fine. But when you're questioning if there is a God or if there are other gods or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because my thing is, so I can go to heaven, but if somebody is worshiping Buddha, they're not going to heaven. If somebody is worshiping, if they're Muslim and they go Quran and Allah, they're not going to heaven. Like only my faith is going to heaven. How is that possible? But then you think it's one God for everybody. So
it's very convoluted and nuanced because it's a movie I just watched. Actually, Farron put me onto it, and it was crazy. And it'll scare you a little bit. It might scare you. It might make you question some things. It's a wild ass movie, but I'm gonna give you the name of it real quick, so you guys can check it out at your leisure. I forgot who was in it.
He is horrible at this.
These references are just
Patrick, he is horrible at this, Pat. Like
no backup. You don't want to just think of the reference first, then bring it up. You're working backwards.
My boy just going off the top of the dome. You know what? Because
bear with me for 7 minutes while I try to figure this out.
Bear with me. We'll fix it in post.
I'll just put it in the comments, guys. I'll just put it in the comments.
Where? I don't see it.
I'll just put that in the comments. I'm gonna find it and then I'll put it in there because it's a good one though. It's a good one though. Damn, I'm mad that I can't find this shit now.
So is Hippie.
Huh?
So is Hippie.
What's the final I guess grading for y'all? Are y'all true or false? If we're doing like a Snopes, y'all believe it, y'all don't believe it, or are you somewhere in the middle?
I'm gonna reference that scene in the original Space Jam where Michael Jordan is at half court. He's reaching like shit to put that
ball in the Space Jam reach.
So motherfucker
Space Jam reach.
He's reaching like that.
I think it's a reach, but I'm like you. I'm kind of interested in Solomon the Demon Hunter. Like that whole story should have been a prime chapter.
Yes, and if nothing else, we about to get into production on this damn Team Jesus sequel. That is golden. And Pat, you're definitely playing Jesus. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to be one of the disciples.
What's up, man? What's your name, Peter? Bet. What's up? They call me Jay.
What's crazy is though, like if I remember correctly, like it's a lot of the disciples that had different names, and Jesus gave them new names. So that's funny in itself.
For real?
What's your name, Saul? No, I don't like Saul. I'm gonna call you Paul, my nigga. Oh, Paul, I like Paul. Say less.
He renamed them like Pokemon. That's insane.
No, I don't like Saul. I'm gonna call you Paul, my nigga.
You look like a Peter. Well, my name's Steven. You're Peter. Everyone, this is Peter. It's like, damn. That's like the Rockefeller chain for being a disciple.
Oh,
Peter.
I cannot remember that fucking movie, man. Anyway,
are you still on that?
That's what you've been doing this whole time.
Yeah,
you've been giving us fake laughs, half listening, still looking for the name of the show.
I got you. Don't even worry about it.
It was Sinners. The movie was Sinners, and it was great.
Anyway, before we get out of here, B-Dot, you want to tell the people where they can find you, if you got anything coming up, what they should look out for, where they can catch some of your content, all of that, man. Let them know what's going on, bro.
Man. Follow me on social media, man. B.TV, BDAHT TV. But something very important to me right now, man, honestly, I'm running for Mr. Alumni for my alma mater, Winston-Salem State University.
Nice.
And Mr. Alumni campaign is fundraising dollars that we give scholarships to future Rams. So my campaign is $1 and a dream. When I started at Winston-Salem State, all I had was $1 in a dream, and I've been very successful because of the foundation that was laid at Winston-Salem State University, HBCU in North Carolina. And I'm just trying to raise as many dollars as possible so I can fund the next generation of Rams. So my Cash App is here, $Mr. Alumni 2025, $Mr. Alumni 2025. And if you just donate $1, I would greatly appreciate it.
It is.
Hey, that fundraiser, low key, it reminds me of that one movie. Hang on.
Look at your phone. Do you remember the name? Look at your phone real quick. Look at your phone. Look at your phone to see if you can remember.
No, that fundraiser was in that one movie. That was petty in 1999.
Look at your phone real quick, P. Look at your phone. Look at your phone. Look at your phone. Look at your phone.
It was in 1999. It had that one actor. Y'all know who I'm talking about?
Hold on. Just look for 7 minutes. Look for 7 minutes. Me and Tahir are going to talk, and you just jump in with random laughs and stuff, okay?
Hang on.
Tahir, man, I appreciate you for having me, man, for real, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes,
and, you know, always bringing the great energy with you,
Thanks,
down, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge base around the funny. You're not just funny, man. You always got something good to tell, man. You know
appreciate that.
Living in North Carolina, Charlotte.
Drumline?
You know what I'm saying?
Hang on, I'll join y'all in a second.
Yeah, man, it's just always a good time. You know, it's kind of like you came to the set.
Churchy, man. Like, that was one of the best times ever. I cannot wait for season 2 to drop, man. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing,
bro. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
You know what? Fuck you, Pat. The fuck you, Pat.
See how annoying that is?
Both y'all ain't shit. The movie's called Heretic. H-E-R-E-T.
We don't even remember why.
It's got Hugh Grant in it, and it talks about religion. All right, just go into it with an open mind. But
what was the name of it again? I gotta write it down.
Heretic, Heretic. It's got Hugh Grant in it. That's the person's name I couldn't remember. I was like, what the fuck is his name?
If this movie isn't good, I'm gonna watch it. If this movie ain't good,
oh man,
bro, it just, you know what it does? It calls to question the similarities of religion and which one is the best and the true religion, but how they all kind of are influenced from the same thing. It's just, like you say, how you interpret it, how it's presented to you. And so it's a really good movie. I will say that, like, if you are a devout Christian, you're going to rebuke this movie. You're going to pause it a couple times. You're going to say some prayers in it because it's going to touch some nerve.
Because you're not going to play with my Jesus like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to play with my Jesus like that.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but it's going to have some moments where you be like, what? Oh, damn. Let me think about that. It's one of those type of movies. And it happened because, you know, me and Farron, we both grew up in the church, but now, like, we're both more spiritual than religious now. And this will go into a whole nother conversation we got time for it. But watch the movie. We'll circle back to this one. We'll have a talk about Heretic and we'll see what y'all think.
I'm down.
All right, guys, as always, I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And we'll see you on the next episode of Conspiracy Theory. Question every guys. Question every guys. All right, we're gonna do that again. All right, guys, I'm Tahir Moore.
Patrick Cloud.
And we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Conspiracy Corner. Question everything.
That was fire episode. That was funny.